Hello and welcome to my tarot corner. So this is a second reading for today. I have the house to myself and I thought it might be a good opportunity to do another reading. And this reading is around Ghislaine Maxwell. So I think that many of you, maybe not all, but some of you watched her interview yesterday for Talk TV. I can't remember the name of the interviewer right now, but it was an interview from jail, and it was partly videoed and partly only voice. And in that interview, well, she said quite a lot of bombshells, apart from saying that she doesn't like the food, and she complained about what she needs to do in jail. But she said many things. She said that in regard to Prince Andrew, that she doesn't remember the picture that was taken in her apartment with Virginia Roberts. Now, she said that she doesn't remember introducing Virginia Roberts to Prince Andrew at that occasion. She did not say that she doesn't remember introducing them at all. She was very elusive in regard to her part in Jeffrey Epstein's empire. She did say that she regrets ever meeting him or not leaving him when she could. But she is no remorse. She has not offered any kind of apology to her own victims, and what she said was really, I mean, if I was one of her victims, I would have screamed, because all she said was they need to accept the fact that what happened has happened. Justice cannot satisfy them because Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, or she doesn't even believe that he killed himself. She believes that he was murdered, and they need to pack themselves together and go on with their lives and try to be as happy as possible, which, you know, that a person that went through such abuse and such molestation, it's nearly impossible to go forward in your life. So really, it's a very cruel even way of seeing things. And someone branded her as a narcissist, and I believe that she is a narcissist in the way that she even talked about her work in jail, and the fact that she starts talking about the fact that she's helping people to file their suits, or to file claims. She's working in the law library, and that when she comes out, if she comes out, she plans to work to help other people who has been incarcerated. So the whole interview was really cringeworthy in a way, but I am going to do a reading looking into her motives. Probably most of the motives is helping her own lawsuit, her own appeal. But I'm going to look into her inner motives. So I'm going to use the 9-card spread that I used to use quite a lot and kind of forgot using it in lately. And I'm using another one of the decks that I got from that Ukrainian seller. I actually did 3 big purchases from him. And this one is the Tarot of 78 Doors. This is a Los Carabero deck, so it's very easy to follow the cards, because on each card there is an English interpretation of the card, as well as in other languages. So let's start by saying my disclaimer. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Okay, so let's clear the deck. Let's start asking. So Ghislaine Maxwell's interview from jail. What are her objectives? Is she telling the truth? Is she lying? What does she want to achieve? What are her objectives are in saying that. Okay, so I did have a minor disturbance. Okay, so my daughter is not a minor disturbance, but she came over, so. Okay, so once again, Ghislaine Maxwell's interview from jail. What was she trying to achieve? Was she telling the truth in regard to Virginia Roberts Giuffre and Prince Andrew? What is she trying to get? What are her objectives? Is she truthful? Is she lying? What can we see in regard with Ghislaine Maxwell? Okay, so I'm cutting it into 3 and taking the middle one. First card is a significator card. This card is showing us, well, this card will give us most information about Ghislaine Maxwell, who she is, what is she trying to gain. So the card that I'm getting here is the 3 of Cups. So as you all know, Ghislaine Maxwell was a socialite. She was a woman who would go to all sorts of would go with all sorts of parties with very rich people. She herself had a lot of money. She was known in all sorts of places and knew a lot of dignitaries, a lot of people, important people. We can say that Ghislaine Maxwell was a party girl. And the 3 of Cups is a card of celebration and parties. But just pay attention to what we see in this card. Now, the 78 Doors card deck is all about the possibilities that are happening every time we open a door in our lives. Because every time we open a door, we close other doors, and we are choosing something. And in the 3 of Cups, we see here 3 women that are actually, it looks like a bordel. It looks like 3 women that are working women, okay? It looks like, well, it doesn't look like something that is very respected. So in this aspect, I would say that Ghislaine Maxwell, main thing here was parties, was about felicity and celebrations, but also with the darker side of it, with the side of sex, with the side of having, well, all the side of the murky side, okay? So the side of the not the so dignified side of the 3 of Cups. So I wouldn't say that those were a celebration that were all dignified. I would say that there was a lot of sex there. There was a lot of other things that were not very much legal. But this card is giving me the vibes of a bordel, something that is connecting with selling your body, with selling something. So not something that is very honorable. The next card is a card that clarifies it. So it gives us some more information about her as a woman. And we get the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is just the card of a woman who is in jail. This is a woman who is shackled. She's a woman. She's under lock and key. This is someone who is blocked, someone who is locked. But the Eight of Swords is not only about being physically blocked, it's mostly about being emotionally blocked. And you can see that in this card very easily because we don't see the swords here. What we see is this woman running around without clothes, only a towel. It looks like she's running away from something, and this very dark shadow is following her because she cannot run from what is in her mind. She cannot run from that. And that throws me back to what she said in her interview when she said that she wished that she said that year that she had the opportunity to go back to England and leave Jeffrey Epstein. She didn't. And why didn't she? Because she was blocked. She was shackled, and that was emotional shackle. She was emotionally shackled to Jeffrey Epstein. That was her, let's say, big problem. She couldn't get freed from him, but this doesn't mean that she is less guilty. And this also gives me the vibe of her actual victims, the women that were trying to get away, the girls that were trying to get away. So both of these cards have very, very, this is not a sexual deck, but these two cards do have a lot of sexual vibes that come out of that, and I don't think that it's a coincidence. Okay, so what can we see in the past? And in the past, we see the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is a card of vacation or going away or coming from. And this could lead us to some of the things. So we know that she was the daughter of Robert Maxwell that had this big yacht that he drowned mysteriously from that yacht. She moved from the UK to the US. So that could be moving from one place to another. This could also mean traveling around in the world, because we do know that she did travel around with Jeffrey Epstein quite a lot. This could also mean the time that she was undercover, when she was running away from the authorities. And I think that this is mostly this card gives me mostly that vibe, because we see here this young man that is looking in the internet for potential places to go visit, because this is the vacation card, so looking for places to go visit. But this could also be this young person that is looking for a fugitive, or a person that is looking for ways to get away, or to mask where he is. And we have masks here. So Meghan, I'm sorry, Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell, was trying to run away. She was trying to mask or to her whereabouts. So these masks here are just giving me those vibes. Okay. The hidden influence, which gives us what she really wanted to achieve in that interview. And we're getting here the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is a card of speed and velocity. It's also a card of communication. But here we see these two women in front of a desk with lots of keys. And this throws me right to that option of finding the right key to unlock her cell. So although there is no staves here, but I feel that this is about finding the right key to unlock her cell. So the main objective of that interview was to help her appeal, help her find the way to get out of jail. So this is the main thing. The next card, which is a clarifier card, will tell us about what she said about Prince Andrew, what was she trying to achieve by that, and we're getting the Seven of Pentacles. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is a card of being unsatisfied from reality, being disappointed from reality, and being ready to do whatever you can in order to achieve or to get to the truth. Now, this is something that is very true in regard to Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew is disappointed from his own reality, and it is connected to money. This is a pentacle card, so it is about money. It is connected to money. It is connected to not only to paying Virginia Giuffre the money, it's also about his reputation. So he is disappointed from reality, and right now he is willing to do whatever it takes, and understand that he already has this 10 million pounds that he is going to invest into this objective of regaining his reputation. And in this card we see this woman who is sending this dove, as freeing this dove. So a dove is a symbol of peace. It's also a symbol it's a symbol of peace and a symbol of truth. And I think that in this instance, this is Ghislaine Maxwell's attempt to send Prince Andrew his key for his ability to get out of his jail, which is not being a part of the royal family, his jail of being disgraced. So this is her attempt to help him. Whether or not it is true, it's questionable, but this is a white dove. So a white dove is a symbol of peace and truth. So it does look like what she's saying is true. Now it's a problem because she's lying about her own involvement with Jeffrey Epstein, at least in my opinion. And then she comes out and says that the picture with Virginia Giuffre is a fake, so how can you believe a liar? But then Virginia Giuffre herself lied in regard to Alan Dershowitz, so she is also someone who was caught in a lie. So this card, just this card gives me this vibe of trying to send him some kind of truth, some kind of this dove that will help him get free and help him get to the truth. Okay, so what can we see in her present right now? And in her present, we see the Fool. And the Fool also has a key. And, this is about the 78 doors, and this is about opening a door, but not all cards have keys, and this Fool does have a key. Now, the Fool is all about freedom. This is a person that will do everything in order to regain his freedom. The Fool is a card of someone who will even do reckless things in order to regain his freedom. This is someone who will burn bridges behind him if it means that he will regain his freedom. This is about freedom has no price. So right now, this is her energy. Right now, she is fighting for her freedom. This is what this card is telling us in regard to her present situation. Right now, she's trying to fight for her freedom. This is the most important thing in her opinion, in her life, and all the surrounding is just not important enough. So she's complaining about the food, she's complaining about other things, but what the most important thing for her right now is her fight for her freedom, and this is why we have the Fool here. Okay, advice card. So the first advice card is for Ghislaine herself. And what we're getting here is the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, that is the Father card. That is the person that controls the material world. And that is a card of someone who knows business, someone who knows how to be independent, someone who knows everything about career, money, ambition. So she needs someone like this in her life. She doesn't have her father any longer, but she needs a father figure, someone that will be this King of Pentacles, someone who can finance her fight for freedom, someone who can make decisions, someone who is let's say, cold enough to make cold decisions, someone who is there up there in the top, on the top, someone who is stubborn, that will fight for her. So this, I don't know who are her lawyers, and whether or not her brother that was on that interview, whether he is helping her or not, or whether he is this King of Pentacles, but this is what she needs. This is this figure that she needs. The second advice card is for Prince Andrew. And what I'm getting here is the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is all about money, abundance, but also a happy family. So this card is actually telling him that he's on the right route to get that. So he wants this. He wants the happy family. He wants the money, the abundance. He wants to get his money back. But also this card is telling him that he might need to invest a lot of money in order to achieve that. So this card is all about reaching that small piece of heaven. This is about richness, about happiness, about comfort. So as an advice card, it is telling him to move forward in that route that he is on to achieve the Ten of Pentacles position. And in my previous reading, I did get that it is in his benefit to go through with it, despite a lot of people that I hear that are talking, legal people that are saying that it's impossible, and many people that are saying that it's not, it's something that it can be overturned. But this is what this card said, and I don't think that his legal team would let him go forward with this if there was no chance. But let's see what the future holds. So let's see what the future holds. So the future card is the Wheel of Fortune, which is very much fitting here, because the Wheel of Fortune is all about determining your destiny with your own hands. So this is about being able, first of all, to accept changes. And this is about being ready to accept changes, because the Wheel of Fortune card is all about a change that starts in the inside and goes all the way to the outside. So it's a change that begins within, and there is a need for change. So both Ghislaine Maxwell and Prince Andrew need to understand that there is a need of change, a need of change from the core, but also they need to understand that they are taking their destiny in their own hands. So they are determining their destiny. They are, and by going forward with an appeal, she's taking her destiny. By going forward with this court case, Prince Andrew is taking his destiny in his own hands. So this is about being active and not waiting for fate to determine your destiny, but deciding what you want and going after that. But also understanding that it might need a very profound change that comes from the inside, from within. So this is the tarot. The oracle is the Lonely Soul Oracle, and at first I thought that I will take a card for Ghislaine Maxwell, but now I think that I will take one for Prince Andrew as well. Both of them right now are quite lonely, let's say it that way. So let's see. I'm clearing the deck. Ghislaine Maxwell's energies, Ghislaine Maxwell's energies. I'm going first to take out the cards, and then I will go through the book for both of them. We're getting Guiding Stars Zenith. And let's clear the deck again. Card for Prince Andrew, card for Prince Andrew. Steering off a welcome wind. Okay, let's see what these mean. Okay, so Ghislaine's card is all about creativity and creative energy. And it says that creative energy has been poured into her, and she can use it however she desires. And it tells her to trust her capabilities and show the world what she can do. And this is exactly what she did with this interview. What it says here, which made me think, was that the task of the mystic is to come into direct contact with the divine and perceive a part of the truth. And once the truth is communicated, the seeker must then bring it into their world. So this is also about being able to see and to communicate the truth. And this is a very good question on whether or not she's able to do that. Now for Andrew's card. So that's interesting, because the message here is that once Andrew absorbs all that he can nourish from his present circumstances, choosing to linger over long may cause him to languish and wither. And feelings of boredom, drudgery, and weariness are signs that his soul is being starved of creative experience. But a new opportunity calls out to him from across the horizon, with more to reveal to him about this world and about himself. He's being called to distant shores. Strange new places await him, with many wonders to explore. Interesting. So this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.